whose ass has been Paul Revere on YouTube saying, Bill Maher's going full MAGA, dog. He's going full MAGA. He can't stop himself. He's got that big contrarian streak in him. And he hyper-focuses. This is what happens, man. It's when these people start hyper-focusing on whatever disagreements they have with the left are, you know, it's only, that train is never late. It's only a matter of time until the mask comes off. So
I think I might have, I think with this one, Kyle does have it a little wrong, for lack of a better term, because I don't think that Bill Maher is fully Trump. But I think that there is one reason that makes Bill Maher even entertain the whole Trump thing. And I actually saw this coming too before the election. I saw it coming. We'll get to that. But yeah, this is Kyle Kulinski, obliterating, destroying Bill Maher for groveling to Trump, groveling to MAGA. So let's go ahead and get into it. By the way, guys, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you to everybody who's watching. Thank you.
Let me walk you through this. Now, we already covered this. I covered it when we learned that Bill Maher was going to go to dinner with Trump. Kid Rock invited Bill Maher, and Trump apparently agreed. We covered it when we first learned it. Then we covered it when he made his first comments before going to the dinner, right? Well, now it's all out in the open. It's all public. And it looks like Bill Maher opened his show by talking about his dinner with Trump. Now, take note of what he's trying to do here. And as you'll see, he's trying to frame it like, who, me, bro? I'm like above the fray and stuff, bro. And what I mean by that is like, yeah, I disagree with him on plenty of things. I also agree with him on some things, bro. And I was just going in there because we got to have conversations and stuff. What we need to do is have conversations, and then afterwards have conversations about having conversations. And bro, everybody's got to why can't we just believe in reason and discussion?
And dig this, and I understand his point there. Even though he's going a while with it, but I get what he's saying, because it's just say what's on your mind. The reason why I'm going to tell you why Bill Maher is looking at Trump as, when he started looking at him a certain way and everything, he likes his stand with Israel. That's what it is. That's what it was. Because at first he used to call him crazy, Russia, this, that, and the third. He stopped doing that after a while because he knew he was going to take a hard stance with, in the Israel situation. And I saw it coming too. I'm not saying he voted for Trump. Maybe he did. Would he tell us? I don't think he would tell us. He didn't say he didn't vote. And I know he didn't vote for Kamala. That's what it's about, right? But you just got to watch the show to know. I like people to come out and just tell me, but, he's not going to do that. So I understand why Kyle is going off like this.
And stuff, bro. And so, yes, I went and I why would I not go, bro? Why would I not go? It's that whole shtick, trying to be above the fray. Oh, I'm sort of in the middle. But here's the most important point. There's a difference between what he's saying and then what the perception of it is. And that's where the real evidence is, right? That's the sauce of what are people hearing when you give, this breakdown. And I'm going to show you it is crystal fucking clear what people's perception of what he said is. So here we go. Let's dive into it and we'll break it down as we go. The death of Bill Maher, effectively, is what we're looking at here. Homie is washed and he's going out super sad. Here we go.
And now for what I know you've all been waiting for, I'd like to give you my book report on my visit to the White House. Okay, as you know, 12 days ago I had dinner with President Trump, a dinner that was set up by my friend Kid Rock, because we share a belief that there's got to be something better than hurling insults from 3,000 miles away. And let me first say that to all the people who treated this like it was some kind of summit meeting, you're ridiculous. Like I was going to sign a treaty or something. I have no power. I'm a fucking comedian. And
that is the classic dodge where you can have whichever one of the Rogan Sphere podcast bros who's also a comedian. They get into super serious political issues with incredible real world consequences. And then when they get criticism, when they get pushback because they're wrong about something, it's Bro, I'm just a comedian, bro. Why you coming after me, bro? I'm just a comedian, dog. Jeez, like, you want to fucking take political advice from a comedian? Well, then why the fuck were you just talking about politics for fucking 7 hours straight?
Yeah, like, we gotta keep it real. Like, you know, like, the influencer is a real thing, you know. It's not, gone are the days when you had to go and get a degree to talk about these things. Everybody gets to talk about them. Let's just keep it real. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's for a different video. I tend to not, like, if I don't have if I don't have notes in front of me, I don't go deep into a topic, right? But everybody's talking about politics, bro. So I don't know why Bill's saying it. He's an influencer. He has been, I mean, how long has he been out? His show's political. It's a freaking political show. Come on now.
If you can't handle the pushback, if you can't handle disagreement, if you can't handle being fact-checked, it's such a weak fucking dodge. And notice, he was like, I wasn't there to sign a treaty or anything, bro. Don't be ridiculous. Then watch, he's going to go into a long talk here about how we discussed the issues and we got into the merits and the substance. Well, what happened? Was it, you weren't there for a serious political reason and it was all shits and giggles and you didn't talk politics at all? Or did you talk a lot of politics? And wasn't that the point? So it is kind of like you're going in there as a representative of, you think, the left and, trying to get to the truth of the situation. So you can't have it fucking both ways.
Powerful leader in the world. I'm not the leader of anything, except maybe a contingent of centrist-minded people who think there's got to be a better way of running this country than hating each other every minute.
He said it. This is a guy who supported Bernie Sanders in 2016. He was one of the toughest critics of the Bush administration, ripped Bush on the Iraq War and the financial crisis. He was, for a long time, viewed himself as, I am the left flank of the Democratic Party. Like, I'm an independent who caucuses with the Democrats, but I'm to the left of the Democrats. This was his shtick for so fucking long. And then now, he went from supporting Bernie in 2016 to Amy Klobuchar in 2020, which is already a shift to the right. And then now he's doing the above the fray. I'm a centrist-minded person, bro. I'm happy he said that. Because at least it's on the record now. At least we now know. Now, functionally, what you guys are about to see is this. Over 90% of people who describe themselves as centrists, they effectively are more on the right. So you guys know this, I've talked about this before, but there's your nominal label of what you are politically, and then there's what you are effectively, and those are different things. So somebody could say, I label myself a communist or whatever. I'm an anarchist, I'm a communist, I'm far left, I'm whatever. But then if you talk about politics for a living and the majority of the stuff you talk about ends up bolstering the right, supporting the right, making people go to the right, view the left as the crazy people, then I'm sorry, you're not the label of yourself that you say you are. That's just you're not.
I think, too, that both parties, to anybody paying attention, is switching up on their base, right? If you're paying attention, because, with MAGA, so what happens when you leave that, right? So it's like you're just sitting here in no man's land, I guess, which is fine. I'd much rather be here than, trying to pretend to be something else, or lying to people because I want to be cool and support Trump no matter what. I support the country. So that means that you have to be realist about the country. That said, I think the Democrats went too far doing something. I don't know. But don't get it twisted. The right is definitely becoming, maybe always was. It's going back to being that authoritarian type of like neocon, establishment, only these kind of people in the party type of thing. And what both parties are going to find eventually is that no one's going to want it. And I pray for the day